Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I should probably say welcome back to myself, to be honest, because I've been a bit quiet, coursework, life. Hopefully today I'm back with some new fresh content which I think you'll really enjoy and benefit from. So yeah, let's get started. So the video is entitled Own Yourself. Self-explanatory, but we're going to go into a bit more depth with it. I want to start by saying, like, everyone in this life, you can see yourself as a boat, right? And your life is a boat, and there are people who will be on your boat, there are people, your friends will be on your boat, but I just to say, not everyone who is on your boat is riding for you. You're floating on the waves, but you're not riding the wave, and there's a huge difference. Like, riding the wave means you're just feeling really kind of like uplifted every day, you know, you feel like you can do great things because you're surrounded by great people who are really inspiring you to be the best version of yourself. And if you're not riding this wave, then you need to kind of sit down and kind of like re-evaluate what's going on. If we put like an analogy to it, you'll be riding the boat and you'll be floating on the waves, but you're not riding the wave because there are holes in your boat, and these holes are being drilled by the people around you who maybe aren't really wanting you to ever see the best version of yourself, your full potential. And these holes mean that water is seeping in, obviously, and let's look at the water as harsh words, negative comments, never anything that's uplifting, that's going to help you to step and be the best version of yourself. Even, for example, like if these people, obviously you think they're your friends, you're telling them things, you're letting them into your weaknesses, you're letting them know, but subconsciously, and you don't even know it, they're using the things you told them as weapons against you. If you ever feel like you're not riding the wave, first of all, yes, look at yourself, see what you could be doing better, but also kind of reevaluate your circle, reevaluate the people that you surround yourself with, and see how they're affecting your walk, see how they're affecting your progress. The people that you surround yourself with, if they're not ever being uplifting, if they're like belittling your ideas and your dreams and your aspirations, it's because they're scared to see you take big steps in your life. You progressing so quickly shakes them, and they begin to own you because you don't have the confidence to own yourself, and they begin to control your life and your emotions, and you begin to question yourself and everything that you do, and that's not okay, because you'll never see your full potential, because you're constantly, at the end of the day, these people are your friends, their opinions matter to you. So if they're the ones that are controlling your thought process and your emotions, you will never get anywhere, and you will always forever be wondering why. If you get to a point where you have to reevaluate your circle, keeping them around will not allow you to progress. You know, you don't have to obviously be like,
I'm not talking to you today, I don't want to know you.
But you need to know yourself. Being able to own yourself is knowing yourself, and we'll come on to that in a minute. But I think even if you have to one day, like, you know, reduce the people that you call, reduce the people that you ask for advice, tell your dreams and aspirations to like 3 people, and even if like one of those 3 are your mum or your dad, that's better than having a circle full of people who don't get you, who aren't really trying to see you be your best. To own yourself, you need to know your worth. It's something that gets thrown around so easily, and everyone's like, yeah, I know my worth, I know this, I know that, but like, people might know their worth, but they haven't found it in the right places. There's this quote phrase that I like, it's like, know your worth and add tax. First of all, you need to know how great you are, how awesome you are, just being you, just being a human. But the tax, the VAT, is all those things that you already are, and the extra stuff that's coming with it, the extra stuff that you're doing, the extra qualities that you're developing, the extra characteristics, the things that people like, that you express, that people just love about you. That's the VAT. That add it, and that just brings up your net worth or your bride price or your groom price, I don't even know, to all different kinds of levels. But you need to believe in that. You need to know your worth. So I think there are various different things that we need to address as a society. Knowing your worth, you need to know how you're knowing it and where it's coming from. So if you have to sit down and you think you're finding your affirmation through likes, followers, retweets, all this social media stuff, first of all, social media, realistically, there isn't anything realistic about it. It's not real, it's virtual. The likes and the comments and the subscribers and the whatever, everything that you're getting from there isn't the same thing that you're getting in real life. So you're seeking affirmation. That's why you only feel so happy when you post a picture and you're getting all these pop-ups and you're getting all these alerts for so long, because eventually your likes are gonna expire. Like, no one's gonna be double tapping anymore. Like, you're gonna go back to square one where you're just like, okay, so I'm bored now. No one's telling me I'm cute, no one's telling me I'm beautiful, no one's telling me like, oh, look at your Balenciaga. Why do I always use Balenciagas as an example? I think I just anyway, we'll go into that another day. If you're seeking affirmation through your likes and your social media, there is a problem. You need to address it. The next one I'd probably use as an example is if you're seeking affirmation, if you're seeking your worth through people. So if you're a guy and you're seeking it through a girl, if you're a girl and you're seeking it through a guy, there is a problem. Because that person may not always like you. So people can switch, we're humans. Everyone can switch the way they feel about you in a day. So because one day they're liking you, you're going to like yourself. What if the next day they're not liking you? Then what do you think about yourself? There is a problem. You need to address it. I think one thing that I would say in that is that at the end of the day, no one can tell me, and being honest with yourself, if someone gave you a compliment, it wouldn't like ring in your mind and you wouldn't feel kind of like, oh, thanks. If someone compliments you, you can run with that. But don't run with that and only be liking that thing that they've complimented you about because they've said it. If you're going to run with it, you need to go home, you need to sit down, you need to think, okay, so they like that, but why do I like that about myself? Think about what you like about yourself and run with that. Another thing that I really experienced during my school years, which I think is kind of less now because I feel like it's more acceptable to be confident in yourself as you grow, but not in school, which I don't understand, because the earlier you can be confident in yourself, the better. That means you don't waste your adult years trying to build this confidence that you could have built years ago. When I was in school, if anyone ever complimented you like, oh, you're so pretty, oh, you're so this, if you ever said thank you, you'd be seen as being cocky. I don't think that's okay. Why? I'm not being cocky. If anyone ever says something about you, the only answer you should have is, oh, thank you so much. You should never be like, oh, really? I don't really like this, I don't really like this. Because what you're doing is you're opening a pathway for people to realize what you're weak about. And it's okay. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be weak, but you're allowed, some people will run with it and use it to their advantage, use it against you, use it to as like kind of, I don't really know how to put it, but they'll use it as a weapon against you, and subconsciously you won't even notice how much when they're using it against you it will affect you, and it will affect your self-confidence. From the get-go, you should be saying thank you, and then you should really like deep it and be like, yeah, like this is so awesome, this is what I've been blessed with, and embrace it. Don't ever feel like you have to belittle yourself to make the people around you feel better. And I think the next thing I'd like to say is knowing your self-worth comes from knowing other people's self-worth. You'll notice how confident you can be when you find it very easy to compliment other people. That is something we find so hard to do in today's society. We're always, if we see something that we like on someone, we're so quick to be like, oh yeah, but and you like kind of like turn your nose up at it. Why? There is a problem. You need to address it. Everyone is different. I always say this. Everyone has been put here uniquely. Appreciate everyone's differences. My friends are always laughs at me at this because I can literally be walking on the street and all of a sudden I've jumped in front of someone like, oh my god, I love your jumper. Because you know what? Even though it was just simply about their jumper, you don't know what that person went through that day. I remember one time I was shopping with my auntie Renee and I loved this girl's hair, but at the time I was quite a shy person. You'd never really catch me going to speak to anyone because I'm just scared of how they'll react to me. But she was like, no, go and tell her, because you don't know what that person's going through that day. You don't know how your compliment or how your comment can change their entire outlook. You don't know what that person was going to do to themselves that day, that one little comment that you made changed their whole entire life. I know that sounds really dramatic, but it's actually the honest truth. We need to, as a society, learn how to be happy for other people in what they're doing and be happy for yourself in what you're doing as well, because your life isn't theirs. Your lives weren't trying to be like, you're not supposed to align with everyone's life. We're not all supposed to be the same. I'm not sitting here and saying that some people are better than others. Everyone is as good as each other, not in certain things. We all have different qualities, we all have different things, strengths and weaknesses. Let's like be people who want other people to be people. Be that person, be that somebody who wants someone else to be that somebody. If you've got confidence in this and someone else doesn't, go and bring it out of them. Also helps you as well. Everyone needs a feel-good factor about themselves. You need to feel good in, not in just like materialistic things, you need to feel good in knowing that you make other people feel good. Because we're all really just trying to help each other build in this world so we can become a successful, happy, worldly family. Not worldly, but you know what I mean, like, yeah. And I think the last thing I'd like to talk about is I think it's very important for you to be able to stand in the mirror and just talk about the things that you love. My auntie Rennie has this beautiful campaign called the I Love Me campaign. She has these lovely little pillows. They're heart-shaped pillows because I love me. And on the corner there's like a butterfly, and the butterfly basically represents like a caterpillar blossoming into something beautiful, something grown, something matured in themselves. She said something really important, that we're so used to just posting pictures or tweets or setting Facebook statuses about people that we love and talking about the things that we love about them and what makes them special. Why don't we take a moment to sit down and post a picture about us and what makes us special, why we love ourselves, why I love me, why do you love yourself? What if you feel like you have to stand in the mirror and you just see all the things that you hate about yourself? Those things that you're most insecure about should be the things that you love the most, because that's what makes you you. That's what makes you different from everyone else. You need to love that. Don't worry about your past, own your past. Those are your mistakes. If you own them, no one can use them against you. Just own yourself. So thank you for watching. Hope you got something out of it. Hope you feel inspired. I hope that you continue to support my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. You know, it's just an important message I think I really needed to get across today. I will hopefully see you all soon. Thank you.